Hello, I am Manny Hernandez, the founder of 2diabetes.com. In recent times, emotions in our community have been pretty stirred up. Very strong expressions from across the aisle that appears to divide type 1 and type 2 diabetes have come up. It is a fact. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes are different conditions, and there are even more types of diabetes. All have their things that make them unique and more challenging for some, and perhaps not as challenging for others. There are those that have splendid A1Cs among people with type 1, type 2, and others. And then there are those who struggle controlling their blood sugars in all groups. To those of you who have grown with type 1 diabetes, as a kid, most likely you had to live through things that children without diabetes don't have to worry about. As an adult with type 1 and those who have LADA, you also face some very real short-term risks, such as DKA, the fear of going low in your sleep, and the concern of running out of insulin, among other daily challenges. Those of you who live with type 2 diabetes, you have come to experience life with diabetes at a later age in life. The negative stigma from the media, the finger of blame, putting the burden of guilt on your shoulders, perhaps keeps you from talking to others about your condition. It is a well-documented fact that you can help keep your blood sugar levels in check largely through diet and exercise. Yet, we all know that changing our lifestyle, especially as adults, can be one of the hardest things to do, and sometimes it may not even be enough. These are different challenges and concerns, different outlooks, different ways to live, and they differ even more depending on what country you live in. The reality of people with diabetes of all types in terms of availability of treatment and education can be dramatically different outside of the developed world. But at the end of the day, regardless of your type of diabetes, whether you live in the US or in the Philippines, we are all trying to keep our glucose levels within the normal range. Because not doing so will have an impact on our lives sooner or later, preventing us from living a full life with full bodies until our time should come. There's so many things being discovered every day about all types of diabetes, yet there is so much to be learned. For example, new genes are being found to be connected with type 2 diabetes, and there is growing evidence that insulin resistance causes weight gain and not the other way around. What if the way we have been informed about type 2 diabetes all this time is wrong? What if our assumptions about what life with type 1 diabetes is like make us fear insulin-based therapy, even when it could be a way to improve our control dramatically? Would this make things different? I don't know. But this is a way to say that what we think we know doesn't give us the right to do some of the things and say some of the things that have been said about the other group in the community. Does this mean that we should avoid discussion? Not at all. It means that we need to make a conscious effort to listen. It means that we need to accept that others will have a different opinion, a different point of view. It means that we should respect each other so that we may find common ground. And it means that we should try to learn from each other and help one another as much as we can. Why? Because at the end of the day, we really are all in this together, far more than you would like to think. We all joined the community for different reasons. Some came looking for general information about life with diabetes. Others may have come to learn about something specific. Some may have come for support, or even as a way to come out of the closet where they've been for many years not talking about their condition. The truth is that we are all touched by diabetes, including those around us, our family, friends, and caregivers. So, what do I suggest we do? On one side, we all know that the vast majority of patients have type 2 diabetes. Yet most of the activism and raising of awareness comes from people with type 1 diabetes. To all of you with type 2 diabetes, I invite you to change this. Learn even more about your diabetes. Sign up for a class with a diabetes educator. Pick up a book. It can be Jenny Ruhl's, Gretchen Becker's, or any title, but learn more about it. Start a blog about your life with diabetes. It can be into diabetes or anywhere else you want. Talk to people in your local community, in your children's schools. When you read an article that is misinforming people, write to the journalist, write to the editor of the publication. Organize activities for World Diabetes Day. In short, get active. Let's help make more noise and raise awareness about diabetes. On the other side, members with type 1 diabetes typically have lived with it for a longer time. And due to the requirements imposed by insulin-based treatment, on average, people with type 1 diabetes are almost forced to be better educated about diabetes than people with type 2 diabetes. Not always, I know, but often. What if those who have accomplished better control of their diabetes through educating themselves more about it, type 1 and type 2 alike, focus a chunk of their time in the community helping others become better educated about their diabetes? It can be done in a way that is non-invasive but very helpful. Look around. There's almost 10,000 members into diabetes. Find someone who has joined recently, or someone who may have not been too active. Become friends with them. Introduce yourself. Tell them a little bit more about you and your background. Ask them how you can help. Offer to be there and get ready to be surprised. Not only will you be able to make a difference in their lives and their health, but you will also be likely to learn in the process. All of us. There is a project currently underway to develop a compilation of essays based around the experiences of people living with each type of diabetes. This will be a great way to build bridges and continue to raise awareness. This will be an opportunity for all people touched by diabetes to share their stories with the goal of increasing understanding of the various struggles we face. If you want to be a part of this project, please contact Kristin, one of our administrators, as she's coordinating the recruitment of the team that will be involved in this project to make sure all voices are included. This way, we fight together our biggest common enemy, ignorance and lack of awareness. You can also participate in a great discussion titled Contemplate, Relate, Educate, Share Your Perspective. I'm including a link along with this video, started by Melissa BL, and now featured in the forum of 2 Diabetes. We will be pulling from both places to compile everyone's contributions. And last, I invite you to read the blog I am linking from this page as well. It is titled The 4 Agreements. These are 4 principles that will come in handy as we walk through the coming times, trying to find and foster the things we share, while we acknowledge and respect those things that make us different. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen. This was Manny Hernandez, founder of 2diabetes.com, a community for people touched by diabetes. Thank you.